Today we're going to talk about how to start living with less. This is going to be part of a Minimalist Living series where I talk a little bit more about minimalism and how that has helped myself in my daily life and how it can help you. Hello, my name's Rachel and welcome back to my channel where I do videos all about decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year. And today we're going to talk about how to start living with less, in particularly looking at minimalism and how minimalist living can make a big difference to your life. I was thinking it'd be quite nice to make it into a bit of a series about minimalist living in general, so I might do a vlog about my kind of a week in the life of, and also talk about the benefits in more detail and how it's helped me with saving money and paying off debt. I'm going to talk about all different aspects of minimalism and that daily life and how it can really enrich your life and make it better. So let's get into today's video. Today is all about how to start living with less. So first of all, let's talk about the word minimalism. Let's talk about what it's not. Minimalism is not living in a white house with white walls and with an empty space with nothing in it. It's not about owning less than 100 items in your home, and it's not about being restrictive and forcing yourself to live a certain way without certain things. It's not about depriving yourself. What minimalism is a way of enriching your life and thinking a little bit more purposefully about the things that you're doing so that you're living a more intentional life, thinking about all the things that you have in your home and how that adds value to it, and making sure that you keep all the things that you really enjoy, that you love, and only get rid of items that are not serving you a purpose or that you do not enjoy. And minimalism is also about enjoying that space around you and kind of acknowledging the space, enjoying it, appreciating that space, and making your home feel bigger and cozier at the same time. It's a bizarre thing, but it does work. Let's talk about the benefits of minimalism. So minimalism has completely changed my mindset. It has allowed me to be less stressed, less anxious. I don't worry about certain things so much. It has allowed me to clear debt and start saving so that I can actually spend money on things that are experiences and purposeful things that really kind of enrich my life. I spend very little time tidying and organising my home because I've reduced it down to the amount where it is manageable, and actually everything has a home, so it's really easy to put things back. So I very rarely get visual clutter around the home. So it's really a great way of kind of reducing down your load, your workload, your chore load in your home. So it makes it much easier to tidy, much easier to clean. And it just frees up time so that you can get on with living and being in the moment, being present and enjoying time with friends and family, which is what it's all about. So let's talk about how to start living with less. The first thing you want to do is to reduce the amount of visual clutter. You need to clear the visual clutter. This is going to be so freeing to your mind and to stress and anxiety if you can look around your home and not see that clutter. So the first step is to get rid of all that visual clutter. So clear the windowsills, clear any surface of furniture. Make sure that you are putting things away or decluttering them if that's relevant, and getting rid of that excess stuff on display that doesn't need to be on display. There can absolutely be pockets of areas where you have a controlled amount of ornaments or books, etc. But make sure that it is visually appealing to you so that it works for you. That visual clutter is really going to make a difference because it can have a complete transformation of your mindset. If you do not see that extra stuff, you are going to think differently about that space. Your mind is not going to be so cluttered, and it's also going to be meaning that you are easily able to clean all the surfaces to maintain that much more easily. Because if you have clear surfaces, it's much easier to go round with a spray and get it clean really quickly. If you've got lots of visual clutter, lots of clutter on the surfaces, it means that you have to move it all before cleaning and then put it all back. So it's a much bigger job. Without that clutter, you can literally spray, clean and done. The next step to start living with less is to do some small acts of decluttering on a regular basis. You need to work in a small area at a time and really focus in and do it well so that you don't have to then come back to that area. I think it's so easy to try and do the whole room and you can get overwhelmed with the decision making and you end up keeping far more than you need to, and you're not going to really ask those difficult questions about whether you really need it. Little acts of decluttering, small areas at a time, so that you can really get that daily habit of decluttering on a regular basis. It will keep that momentum, it will keep that motivation going, and if you need to follow along, I've got the little acts of decluttering that I share on TikTok and Instagram on a daily basis, so you can go and check those out if you want to see more. And I obviously share a PDF calendar as well on my website declutteryourlife.co.uk if you would like to download that and follow that along. That's also free. So focus in on a small area at a time, and that will help you to really work well in that area and get the best out of it. My next tip to start living with less is really consider what it is you're buying and what you're actually bringing into your home. So this is where you start not spending. Stop going to the shops, stop buying things that you don't need. Really consider whether or not it is something that you need for your home, it's going to add value to your home or to your life, and it's going to serve a purpose. If it's just something that is another version of something else, like a duplicate item, do you need it? Ask yourself those questions. Make sure that you're not bringing in things into your home that you do not need. My next tip is to find a purpose. Now that you've stopped spending, you're considering what you're bringing in, you're also decluttering, you now need to think about your purpose. What is your purpose that you want for your time and your money? You're now going to be a lot freer from material things and doing things that are going to take up your time unnecessarily. You're going to have more time and more money. What do you want to do with that? Do you want to spend more time with friends and family? Do you want to do more experiences, more travel? Do you want to save money? Do you want to clear debt? What is your purpose that you're going to now focus on to channel your energy and to channel your motivation and your excitement? What is it that you want to do? Because that's going to help you focus and keep motivated. And my final tip is to ask yourself key questions. This goes for firstly when you're decluttering, and secondly when you're buying new things. So when you're decluttering, you need to ask yourself some really key questions about that item. Do you use it? Have you used it in the last year? Are you likely to use it in the next year? Does it make you feel good? Does it spark joy? Is it purposeful? Is it a duplicate? Ask those questions to decide whether or not you really need to keep that item. Really be hard with yourself and really think about those things, because if you can do it right the first time, it saves having to go back over that area, which I've done before because I didn't do it right the first time. Take that time to ask those key questions. And if you're buying new things, you also need to ask questions. Is it going to serve a purpose? Is it going to make you happy? Long-term happy, not just the short dopamine hit? Is it going to fill a gap for something that you were needing? Is it something that you need? Is it something that's going to make your home a better place? Think about those things before you purchase. Don't just buy something because you think it looks nice or it's pretty. Does it have a meaning? Does it have a purpose? And remember to think about, is it a quality item as well? Make sure you're buying that quality item rather than buying those cheaper versions of things that don't necessarily last. Think about the purpose of what it is you are buying so that you're really considering everything. So if you want to start living with less, hopefully I've given you some good starting points to become a bit more minimalist in your mindset. It is not about doing a certain thing a certain way, it's about reducing down the things that you have so that you're living a simple and intentional life. Let me know down below if you're going to try any of these ideas and which ones work for you. Does it help you think a little bit more about minimalism as a concept? And are you going to give it a try? And I shall be back for more videos soon. Take care. Bye.